He just stopped his car by the roadside, and a passing driver threw a stack of US dollars at him. Mr. White was completely stunned on the spot. Could it be that the social atmosphere was really this good nowadays? However, as soon as he got home, Jesse called him. It turned out that Jesse had made a deal with Hector behind his back, but Hector split the money into two halves, giving one half to Jesse and the other half to Mr. White. At this moment, Jesse thought that Mr. White was playing tricks and trying to embezzle his share of the payment. Mr. White was also feeling helpless. He had already quit the drug business for good, but he still promised that he would look into the matter. However, Jesse wouldn't listen to his explanation at all, and the two had a huge argument. To deal with this situation, Mr. White took the cash and went to find Hector, asking him to stop bothering him with such tricks. Mr. White was puzzled. How could Hector, who had always had high standards for drugs, purchase Jesse's inferior products? Mr. White absolutely wouldn't allow such shoddy goods to insult his beloved chemistry, and that was exactly what Hector wanted to hear from him. Everything Hector had done was to make Mr. White change his mind. After that, Hector invited Mr. White to visit his factory. On the surface, it was a laundromat, but there was more to it than met the eye. They entered the basement through a huge washing machine, and what Mr. White saw left him in shock. There were the most advanced chemical instruments everywhere. Mr. White couldn't get enough of these devices, and this laboratory had been specially prepared for Mr. White by Hector. Hector also offered a monthly salary of $1 million, saying that as long as Mr. White cooperated with him, he would have a life of wealth and luxury. But Mr. White had made up his mind, and he still refused the olive branch extended by the big shot. Helplessly, Hector had to activate his second plan. He told Mr. White that as a man, he should take on his due responsibilities and should have no complaints even if he wasn't respected. Those words shattered the last bit of Mr. White's dignity. From then on, the Breaking Bad chemist was back in action. He went to Saul's place to find Jesse. At that time, the two of them didn't know that Mr. White and Hector had already reached a cooperation agreement. Saul said that 10% of the drugs that Jesse made in the future would be given to Mr. White as a commission, which was also the payment for using his formula. Looking at Jesse's ungrateful attitude, Mr. White already had a plan in mind. He took out the money and returned it to Jesse. Mr. White said that he had already reached a cooperation with Hector, and this money was Jesse's last windfall. Originally, Mr. White had wanted to take Jesse along, but Jesse's attitude had disappointed him so much that he decided to cut Jesse out of the deal. Jesse was furious. He ran to the roadside, picked up a stone, and threw it at Mr. White's car, but he had no idea that he had gotten himself into big trouble. Hank from the Drug Enforcement Administration had found evidence of Jesse's drug making through some clues.